All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Vision Art Life. My name is Adewalaboke Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, I'm going to talk about Karjakz Vs Assassins, a new world order, my universe that I've created. I always like to, every 10 episodes, talk about my characters, man, because they are that awesome. The Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, the new world order, what it has done, and how it's going to add itself to the animation, the comics, all that good stuff universe. So before we get into this podcast, I want to thank our sponsors. This Sanusi Vision podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting. Growing good business anywhere and everywhere. At A4 Capital Consulting, take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, A4 Capital Consulting is coming out with a new podcast. It's going to be informative, teaching about your business, how to grow your business, take it to the next level. As well as growing it and just doing the many great things with it. And I know the great thing is, since this Sanusi Vision podcast, since A4 Capital Consulting is a sponsor of Sanusi Vision, now we are responsible for their apparel, their footwear, and I can't wait to show y'all their gear that we're getting out to them. It's sick, man. So A4 Capital Consulting, y'all. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain, like Anadel Foot and Ankle. Take your feet, make your feet feel great again. That's AnnaDaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnnaDaleCenter.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, I got my custom orthotics. I always got them in every pair of bottles that I wear in my own foot line. So no pain at all anymore. Custom orthotics designed to my feet specifically. Not generic, but to my feet specifically. So make your appointment today on AnnaDaleCenter.com, y'all, and get them feet where they need to be. All right, y'all. Let's get into this show. I'm very excited about today's show. Karjakz Vs Assassins, New World Order. The things that I want to talk about. What makes it a great new universe. The characters in it, which I've introduced y'all multiple times, but I'm going to do it again. The storyline, the influence, the effects, and it just is all around universe. First and foremost, what makes Karjakz Vs Assassins a great universe? It all started with this right here, right? Just this simple idea I had. I was tired of drawing Avengers, Blade, Iron Man, you name it. And I was like, I got to come up with my own characters. And so I did, right? Don't want my computer to go to sleep. So I did, right? And I was like, I'm going to have to make these universe great. Aside from drawing them, what's going to make this stand out from the rest of the universes? Well, growing up and watching stuff like Techno Man, Gundam Wing, Avengers, X-Men, Gargoyles, Mega Man, just to name a few, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some of the stuff you see on my banner right here, Dragon Ball Z. I was like, my stuff is going to be something totally different because I love action superheroes. So we're talking about Batman here, animated series. We're talking about Avengers, of course, Iron Man, Blade, stuff like that. And I was like, my characters are going to be like that. The two top rows on this banner right here, those are all my characters right there. We got the Karjakz on this side right here, got the Assassins on this side right here. And I'm over here like, my universe is great because it's just unique. It's nothing like you've ever seen before. The characters are new. Nobody knows who they are. And we love new things, but we love new things that are organic, right? And at the art shows, people would just be like, whoa, who are these? And like I said before in previous episodes, when I started showing off my characters at the comic expos, weren't nobody giving them no kind of time. It wasn't until like maybe 2015, WonderCon 2015, I still remember to this day. It was just a typhoon, man. And from that time up until WonderCon 2017, I started getting noticed. But then the explosion came in 2017 where my character started to take #1 in sales. Whether it was merchandise, whether it was posters, apparel, footwear, what do you name it. My characters would take #1 in total. So I was so amped. And I said, okay, I created a new universe. And when I started this book right here, I said, okay, bio book, let's make about your character profiles, height, weight. This is the classic version, right? So I went through this is the classic version. I'm just going to let y'all see it. And then the Assassins right there. You know what I mean? But then I started to say, I need to evolve this thing. So I went to this version right here. My character started to change, right? Because I was getting better. And then the monster came. Version 5. I was like, oh, man. And when I got to this version, is when I realized, okay, I've gotten something super special here. It was super special here, just giving birth to the universe. But then when I got here, as the evolution, if you look at between here and here, it's night and day. You can't even tell who is who anymore. You know what I mean? And then not to mention the new version that's coming out. The new version 6 of them on the new comic book series. Y'all, it is sick. This book, I am so proud of it. It's insane. So that's what makes Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. It's got action. It's got drama. It's got the sickest storyline. And I used a lot of my old comics to help me create this new comic book. When you create something, it has to come from here. Your heart has to be pushing it, and your mind has to be creating it, right? And there has to be purpose behind it, right? My purpose is just to create a universe that people gravitate towards, people love, they can relate to the characters. Because nothing worse than creating characters that are just invincible. One of the reasons why I love Batman so much is because he's just human, and that's what I decided to do with my characters. I'm just gonna make him human, just with great abilities and training and all this different background stuff, martial arts, mechanicals, and all these different things they can do. You know what I mean? But that's what makes Karjakz Vs Assassins a great universe. What the characters can do and how people relate to them. Because to me, a great universe is one where people can relate to them. And people have told me an abundant, repeated amount of times, your characters are so relatable. They cross all communities. People just be like, that dude is me right here. Shepherd, that's me right there. Cajun, that's me right there. Escalade, that's me right there. Rasputin, Glocks, Excursion, Sanusi, that's me right there. So, that's what makes Karjakz Vs Assassins universe a great universe. Next up, the characters. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to use the old school profile book. But because I've made a new one of this. Yeah, the new one of this is so sick. So look, these are all the Karjakz right here on this side. On this side, you got Cajun, right? You know what? A better version would be using my posters. That way you can really see them. Yeah. And all these posters right here, available on soundvision.com. You know what I mean? If you want to get a copy. But let's start off with all the Karjakz, as y'all can see right there. You know what I mean? All the Karjakz are the biggest characters right there. Got Cajun, Glocks, Escalade, Sincere, Shepherd, Rasputin, Diesel, and then of course Sphinx. You know what I mean? So right here you got Cajun. You know what I mean? He's the guy with the arm on the team, the smart that creates all the technology. He comes up with the you know what? I'm gonna use this instead. I think y'all will like this better. No, I think y'all will like this better. You know what I mean? He's the Tony Stark of the team. Is the best way for him to put it. He comes up with the gadgets, the equipment, all the armor and everything, and all the technology that they use to take on the assassins, man, or any other villains they got to take on. But he's the smart guy, and as you can see, his armor is pretty sick. It's a character. It's my character. I love Blade and Iron Man, and I remember in creating this character, I was just like, I needed to do something between both of them. That's what he needs to be. So that's Cajun right there. And if you want to get more of these characters, you got to go on our website to buy this bio book, the Karjakz Vs Assassins bio book, so you can understand each character profile and everything like that, man. You know what I mean? Next up, Escalade, team leader, Air Force Colonel. You know what I'm saying? She's based on my sister. She's tactical strategist. She's an ace pilot. She's Air Force Colonel, like I told you. You know what I mean? She's an all-around beast. She's the one who comes up with the team battle plans and stuff like that. I remember going through a phase where I was trying to decide who should lead the team, her or Cajun. I was thinking to myself, why would you have a colonel on your team and she's not leading the team? That makes no sense. So I said, you know what? Man, Escalade is leading this team. Not to mention, I had never seen anything in any show where a woman was the leader of the team. And to me, it's been long overdue. So, Escalade. Next up, Sincere. Now, this character is based on my dream girl. Like, what would my dream lady look like? What would she be able to do? Right? That's just the base of how I created this character. But then, as the character goes in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, she's strong. She's actually, her day job is actually she's a reporter. But then, of course, at night, during the rest of the Karjakz, she turns into a superhero and actually defended by. She's acrobatic. She's got combat skills second to none. She's a master swordswoman. She can drive the hell out of a car. That's another thing y'all gonna notice about her in the cartoons. This show, this animation universe, this universe has just got characters doing things that you would never expect. She's an incredible character, Sincere, man. Next up, Glocks and Rasputin, the twins. Glocks on this side, right? So Glocks, he's the sharpshooter on the team, smart tech wizard dude. There's no technology that he can't figure out. And there's no technological installation that he can't break into, be it computer or actually in real life. This guy is incredible. He's smart as hell. Very rare can most people. His ability, his understanding of technology is just beyond and second to none. Probably only person that's just as good as him is probably his brother Cajun. You know what I mean? It's just an incredible character, and he's based on one of my brothers, Glocks. As I created these characters, they were based on people that were important to me in my life, right? Because when you create characters, they come from a place. Hopefully, they come from a place with people that are important to you in your life, and that's what makes characters great. Next up, Rasputin, right? He's the twin brother of Glocks, and he's based on my other brother. Rasputin is a master scientist. There's no kind of science that he understands. One thing that made creating this universe is having characters be able to do things in different ways. Not everybody doing one thing, but everybody doing different things. That's what makes my characters very unique, right? So Rasputin right there. He's a master combatant, hand-to-hand combat, second to no one. Very few in this universe can match his combat skills. He's got He's a master scientist. He's a master scientist. He understands science. There's no number of chemicals in this universe that exist that he doesn't know. Just a natural scientist, figures things out, finds cures. That's the kind of character. And not to mention, he's an all-around badass. You know what I mean? Rasputin. Next up, we got Diesel, the strong guy on the team, chief engineer at Icon Industries. This dude is he's one of most guys that are strong are just not intelligent. But I wanted him to be really smart. Just like how the Hulk is smart, Diesel's smart as hell. Chief engineer at Icon at Phoenix Industries. He's not just strong, but he's tactical. He's able to come up with like gadgets that he can build anything, literally. Once the design is up, he can put it together. That takes a lot of ingenuity. And he's based on my big brother. He's a friend of mine that I consider a big brother. Smart guy, really intelligent, really intellectual, reads a lot, understands a lot of the world, and that's what this guy is right here. He's lived a life. That's the best way to put Diesel. He understands the world. He's not to mention he's just an all-around smart dude and beast of a human being. Next up, Shepard, based on another good friend of mine, my best friend, who's actually a doctor in real life. So Shepard is a surgeon, and that's where I got the idea from. My best friend is actually a doctor in real life, and so Shepard is a surgeon in this universe. And this guy uses quantum arrows, quantum bows. He's actually blind. This character is actually blind. He's an incredible. As blind as he never misses his target. He's an incredible character. I remember creating him, and my mom said to me, "You know, a lot of people are gonna relate to this guy, right?" I was like, "That is cool." And then I started noticing it. So when people would buy the Bible, they'll be like, "So." I'm not going to tell you too much of his background history, but people will ask me, is he ever going to find the people he's looking for? I'm like, man, y'all really reading this thing. So Shepard, an incredible character. He's that guy that you root for on the team. Like, he's the guy that you always hope the villains never do anything to. That's what Shepard is, man. And not to mention, he's just all around badass. This dude can kick butt, man. Master of jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, karate. I mean, he's just, oh my God. And look at him. I'm going to show you all of him. Quantum arrows, quantum bows. That dude is sick with it. He's got one of the sickest array of gadgets in the universe, man. The Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Next up, the Assassins. Look at the whole team. Yukon, Snipes, Kanji, Sanusi, Revo, Artillery, Excursion, and the Coyotes. And of course, Seth. You know what I mean? The Assassins led by Lord Sanusi himself. This guy is just evil beyond evil. You know, there's been a lot of villains in the different universes, but Sanusi, to me, he's like, I love Thanos and I love Darkseid. I love Apocalypse, but I don't like him as much as I like Thanos and Darkseid. I like them too because they get their hands dirty. They're the kind of overlords that get their hands dirty. And so that's what Sun Tzu is. He gets his hands dirty. He gets up in there and puts in work. You know what I mean? He's not just one of those overlords that sits there on a chair and letting his minions do the work. No, he gets up in there and gets it done. He's a leader. He's a master technician. He's a master engineer. He creates weapons. He creates different array of gadgets and stuff like that. Most of the equipment that the assassins have, he designed it and created it. And of course, he's got his loyal tiger, Seth, his mystical tiger. And just like Cajun, right? Because I forgot to talk to you about Seth, Sphinx. Sphinx is also, Cajun's also got a mystical tiger named Sphinx, who's got all these different attributes. Organic still body, can grow in size, can blend into light shadows. And like, his opposite is Seth, who is evil tiger. He can blend into different dark shadows. He can bring it. He's got organic still body. He can grow in size. You know what I mean? These characters, man, are incredible. Next up, Artillery, general of the assassins. She's the tactical strategist, looks like Escalator on the Karjakz. She comes up with all the battle plans. She's actually the fiance of Sun Tzu. She's the fiance of the Sun Tzu and the stepmother of Kanji and Revo, Sun Tzu's children. Yeah, she's an all-around beast, man. Former CIA operative. That's all I'm going to tell you. You can read her background and profiles in the Karjakz Vs Assassins Bible. I'm going to let you see all of her, though. She's a true beast, man. Next up, Excursion. You know what, y'all? That's right. I got to showcase my jacket. Because this is a little bit chilly. But hey, I might as well show you some fashion. Yeah, and this t-shirt right here, custom Karjakz Vs Assassins t-shirt. You can get it on SignVision.com. And then we have to throw in the bomber jacket, y'all. But look, back to Excursion. This dude right here is a truth in two-quarter. This right here is the dude that's third in command. He's a former Marine. You know what I'm saying? He's got cybernetic arms. He's basically was dishonorably discharged from the military. So you know what he does? He goes rogue. Then he meets Sun Tzu. And I'm going to let y'all figure out the rest. You know what I mean? But that's Excursion right there. Man, that dude is sick, man. I remember at the show, people was like, that dude is the dude. I'm like, but he's a villain. But people are like, no, but he's that dude. You know what I mean? So next up, Kanji and Revo, the twins. Kanji, Revo. You know what I mean? Kanji, man, she's ruthless. She's all about kill or be killed. She ain't putting up with no bull job. She's all about the survival of the fittest. If you ain't strong, you ain't gonna be around. Even her name Kanji means strength. You know, she's a hand-to-hand combatant. Very few have her combative skills. She's an incredible character that, as the show goes, as the book comics go, you'll be like, whoa, she ain't to be messed with, man. She's very, very unforgiving. So don't cross her. That's who she is, you know what I mean? Then her twin brother, her younger brother, Revo, who by every metrics in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe is probably the best hand-to-hand combatant guy. He's got the shadow suit, he's got the pincers, he's got the cool motorcycle, he's got a cool shadow suit. His costume is sick. This guy, people see him at the shows, they're like, that dude is all that and bag of chips. Revo is one of those characters that, he's based on my cousin actually. He's actually based on my cousin. My cousin's like, no, don't make me a hero. Make me a villain. And then I showed it to him, he's like, oh, this dude is sick. You know what I mean? So, Revo's that dude, hand-to-hand combat skills, every type of combat, every type of martial arts discipline you can think of, he knows it. You know what I mean? And if you want to read more about him, you got to get the Karjakz Vs Assassins Bible. These characters are so incredible. I don't want to take too much from y'all because I would rather have you buy the book so you can read about it. You know what I mean? But Revo, oh my God, he's so sick. Next up, Snipes, the Deadly Beauty. She's like something you underestimate and don't realize till it's over when she's just pretty much done with you. She's like the Medusa, man. You can look at her and then you just realize, oh damn, I'm done. That's what she is. I mean, Snipes, she's gorgeous. She's smart. She's tall. I mean, she kicks butt, man. And she, you know, like usually you make beautiful women and they just don't make them smart. Well, she's the opposite. She's beautiful and she's too smart, and which makes her totally deadly. She's great at infiltration. She's great at espionage. There's no way she can't get into. She's like the one that always goes in first. I don't want to call her like a Marine, but she's always the best one to send in first because she can pretty much take out everybody by herself. You know what I mean? Snipes sick with it. Next up, Yukon, the strong guy on the team. This guy right here, man, he does whatever it takes to win. I mean, whatever it takes to win. He's got all kinds of enhancements that he's done to himself. Cybernetic, and that's what happens when you meet Lord Sanusi. He's got all that you need at his disposal, and Yukon is just pretty much a strong dude who's got an invincible suit, and his suit offers him a array of invincibility, but he's also just all around mean dude. Like, he's the guy who's all about bloods and guts everywhere. This dude is just crushing people, and he ain't thinking about it. He don't care. You gonna get put down if you get in Yukon's way. He's just like Excursion. He's all about who's gonna pay the most. He's all about that profit. Except with Yukon, he gets pleasure out of. Unlike Excursion, just gets pleasure in just business. Good death is just good business. Whereas Yukon just wants to crush people. He just enjoys it. You ain't even got to pay him. You just got to say the wrong thing, and it's, you know what. You know what I mean? So next up are the Coyotes. You know what I mean? Android assassins. They're robots. The AI robots created by Sanusi, basically designed to be part of the assassins cavalry, to be sent in like Marines to go and cause chaos and offer sometimes even just a distraction. But just the minute you see the Coyotes, these dudes right here, oh, it's not good for any way they are. Because the thing about them is they replicate as they fight you. They learn what you're doing. You're not just going to beat them that easily. The Karjakz have a hard time defeating them. They are not easily defeated. So, that's all the characters right there. Now, next up, the storyline. When I started this whole universe, I said to myself, okay, I can't tell you everything because the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins book is coming out. But the storyline is you got the heroes versus villains, which is a normal thing. But then you've got these characters that are intertwined, right? Like, for example, Artillery, Diesel, and Sincere are siblings, right? Which is totally crazy. And I'm not going to tell you too much of it, but that's what I'm going to tell you right there. Sanusi and Cajun actually know each other. But they don't realize they're fighting each other till, whatever. You know what I mean? But they actually know each other. Go to same schools and all that stuff. And your enemy, your friend becomes your enemy, which is totally twisted. You know what I mean? And you create this force where two rivals don't know each other, but they become adversaries. This universe is interesting because, like, how do the Karjakz defeat a bunch of people that are just as equal to them in attributes, abilities, intelligence, resources? I mean, like, to me, a story should always be pulling you, leading you, but never letting you know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you nothing because you need to go get this book right here. Just the profile book alone will let you know what's going on in Karjakz. But then the actual first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book is coming, oh my God. It is all that and 10 bags of chips, man. The stories, I was so inspired by a lot of X-Men stuff. Like, it helped me a lot in creating a storyline for this book. The comic book, like the challenges that I faced, if I wasn't such a great X-Men fan, I don't think it would have had challenges, but I had to get ideas from other comics that I loved. And so being inspired by X-Men helped me a lot. God, the 1990s X-Men, if any cartoon or any universe ever owned one decade, it'd be the X-Men. Man, the X-Men anime series was all that. All that. And then the comics were sick as hell, man. Wolverine had his own comic. Storm had her own comic. Gambit had his own comic. You know what I mean? But that's the way I did it with Karjakz Vs Assassins universe too. Each character in this universe can have their own comic book, can have their own animation, can have their own series, man. So the stories, it's important to have stories that move people relate to them. You know what I mean? The story is going to be something like you've never seen before. That's why I can't talk too much about it. When the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book comes out, you're going to be like, oh my God. This dude is on something else, man. This is so sick. So y'all, story is very important. It's very important to have that. As far as like influence, like the influence is going to have on people is that people are going to get to be like, wow, I didn't know there could be so many possibilities. Because it's important to have representation of, I don't want to say of everyone, but of sort of everything that you know in this universe. For me, I know a lot of things. I've lived my life hasn't been that easy. But in creating these characters, when I started in 2009, I kind of realized that, damn, I've got something special here. My talent allows me to create influence. These characters have influence. I can't tell you how many times I'm at art shows, comic expos, even just on social media. People are like, dude, that is so sick. And the one thing I'm starting to notice when I'm with these characters, that especially on YouTube and Facebook, because to me, those are more platforms that have more loyalty in terms of the people following you. People are like, they have no issue with giving you your props for your stuff. And they also have no issue with giving you some haterade when they just want to give you haterade. And just to let you know your stuff sucks if they want to say that too. But to me, when you start to have influence like that, when people are telling you, I've never seen anything like this before, dude, this is the sickest thing, when is it coming out? And I'm just like touched. I'm like, wow, I have truly created a marvel. That's influence right there. And also too, I was influenced by all the stuff I always talk about. Whether it's Blade, Iron Man, Techno Man, Batman the Anime Series, X-Men the Anime Series, Gargoyles, Gundam Wing, Mega Man, Ronin Warriors. I was influenced by a lot of that stuff, had me influencing the influences universe. So when I started drawing, all these things, most of the things I'm mentioning to y'all, a lot of Japanese animation stuff. So when I started drawing, that was just the style my drawings came out of. And so the influence came from like, how do I want my stuff to look? And how is it going to be different from anybody? And what influence is going to add to this whole vast of pop culture, animation, comics universe? It's going to change stuff, man. Like, you're not going to look at characters the same anymore. I'm adding ideas, stuff you've never seen before. That's why I cannot wait for this comic book to come out, because you're just going to be like, damn, that is sick. Like, this right here gives people props. Like, flipping through this bio book, people are just like, damn, this is sick, man. So if you want a copy of this, you got to go to Sanusi.com and get a copy. You know what I mean? These characters are something to behold. You know what I mean? There's something to behold. And it's just like, there's something to be said when you create something and more people give you props than haters. And of course, to be honest with y'all, I don't give a damn what haters think. You're not about to decide what I do, because the minute people start deciding what you do, you ain't an artist no more. You might as well give up a pencil or whatever it is that you used to create, whatever you create, and just call it a day, because you're not an artist anymore. You just decided you're going to let people tell you what to do. As an artist, as a creator, which is what I am, it leads to influence. Now you're giving people courage. I think that's probably the one thing that I'm going to enjoy mostly with the influence of these characters, is giving people the courage to create characters that they want to create. If you want something to be seen, it's your duty as an artist to create it. That's the best way for me to put it. That's what I really want my contribution to be to this old comics, animation, pop culture universe. Creating what you want to create, and then giving other people courage to create what they want to create. Like, if I never saw people like Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Jim Basquiat, Dwayne McDuffie, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, creating all these cool stuff, I wouldn't have the courage. I would say you see other people have the courage to do their things, and then it gives you the courage to do yours, right? Because now you've seen the individuals before you do it, and you have the courage to now create your own. I've said it before on many episodes, a lot of people are artists, but not everybody is a creator. I'm a creator who happens to be an artist. You know what I mean? So that's the influence right there. Now the effects, The effects is plain and simple. I'm going to give people the effects is something I'm starting to see more and more. Aside from creating this universe, it leads to animation. It leads to comics. Its effects have been apparel. I have my own apparel wear now and footwear line. That's probably and then different accessories like phone cases and bucket hats and baseball caps and glasses cases and phone cases. I've already said that before. Backpacks. Like, that's the effects I'm starting to have. I'm starting to realize I don't just have to settle for selling posters. I can sell different things too. Like, it led me to want to create my own footwear line, like I said before, my own apparel line, my own animation company. Just like, it's giving me a platform every day when I wake up. I'm like, man, I got stuff to do. Y'all, when I tell y'all sometimes I don't want to go to sleep, I literally don't want to go to sleep because of these characters. That's how great they are. To have something that's your own, that's this great, that you know it's going to be immensely successful. You know what I mean? That's the effects, man. That, like, it makes me think about everything that I want to do every single day. Like, just working on a comic book, which is going through its correction phase right now. When I look at it, I'm just like, wow, I did this. Or the new animation intro I'm creating, which is going to be spitfire. You know what I mean? Now, speaking of animation, right? That's effects right there. I remember wanting to, let me see if I can play this. If I can get this on. If not, I'm going to my YouTube. You know what I mean? You know what? The effects. I remember in class, let me see. I remember in class, my teacher gave us a project. He said we had to create an animation. And right off the bat in my head, I was thinking, God, I got to create the Karjakz Vs Assassins animation intro. I may not know what I'm doing, but damn it, I'm going to try. You know what I'm saying? And that's the effects that I'm talking about. Really, like, if you really want to be successful in life, you got to think about not so much what you're not going to do, but what you can do. That's really, like, it took me 3.5 years to create these characters. And I was thinking the whole time I was creating them, like, ooh, these characters are going to be sick. Even though it's the version 1 of this, and my skill hadn't gotten to where it is now, but I was like, yeah, it's going to be on and popping. Man, I got to bring this up. I got to show it to y'all. Where's this at? You know what? Let me find this Joker. Let me play this for y'all. This is what I call effects right here. These are the effects that I'm talking about. When something like this happens, and you can actually, I'm going to show you a little bit of it. You know what I mean? But when you can actually create your own animation series, that's when you know you've done something. Yo, to me, that's probably to date, aside from just creating the characters, that animation intro right there is probably my second biggest effect that I felt like I've had since I've created the characters. That's the effects that it's having on me and on the visuals that are my fans. So whether it's on my YouTube channel or my Facebook or even my TikTok, people are like, wow, bro, you've got your own universe. It's only a matter of time before it blows up. And it's true. It's only a matter of time. Like, I remember when I couldn't even get people to give me $5 for a poster for one of my drawings. Now people get on my YouTube or my TikTok or my Facebook and they're like, hey bro, how much is this? How much is a bucket hat? How much is a phone case? That's when you know you've created a massive universe, man. It's really important to not worry about what you can't do, but to put your energy towards what you know you can do. You can't worry about people, man. And which really leads me to the last part of this whole thing, this whole universe. Without this right here, this whole universe is giving me purpose. This whole universe, when I think about other universes that have been created, X-Men, Thundercats, Ronin Warriors, Gundam Wing, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Avengers, Gargoyles, like, my universe is comparable. I don't see second to any. I see it having just as much influence, if not more. You know, as far as I'm concerned, when all is said and done, I feel like I'm going to have one of the top 5 cartoons of all time, if not number 1 of all time. That's how great these characters are. Like, it's not one of those universes where, oh, one character is better than all the other ones. No. People can't even decide who is better than who. I've even had people tell me that they like the villains more than the heroes, which trips me out totally. I mean, this universe, if it's not comics, it's animation. If it's not animation, it's apparel. If it's not apparel, it's footwear. If it's not footwear and apparel, it's accessories. If it's not that, it's just all kinds of cool stuff. Video games, all these different things that I want to do, man. Movies, all these things this universe is so massive. Like, I once heard Steve Harvey say, if your dream doesn't scare you, then you ain't got one. I mean, your dreams have to dwarf your fears. This universe gives me purpose every single day. And I can't tell y'all how grateful I am that the universe put it in my head, allowed me to create the characters in 2009, finish it on October 19, 2012, go to that FedEx office store, tell the man pay $65 for the poster. It was $65.37 or something. And I know I didn't have 37 cents because that would have overdrew my debit card. So he let me get away with 37 cents, man. That's when you know the universe has said you gonna pan out. I remember printing that poster, man. I was like, dude, how in God's name, that's all I got left. How in God's name am I gonna have where's the rest of my money? I ain't got no money. I didn't care, y'all. That $65 till today, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, damn, I wouldn't be here if I didn't get it. You know what? Speaking of that poster, y'all, I gotta go get it. It was the first thing I ever printed. Y'all give me a sec. Y'all, this is it right here. Look at that date. Man, look at that date. That's right, when it jumped off. This was the first poster ever made. I'm just gonna let y'all see it, a little bit of it. You know what I mean? This is just, oh my God, this is so epic, it's not even funny. But you know, this was the first thing I ever made. Look at that. Look at that. Characters are so sick. This is the first time I ever printed them on poster. First time I ever printed them as art, man. Yeah, I had to go put that down gently. But that's today's show, man. Karjakz Vs Assassins, a new world order. There's just something gratifying about creating your own universe. There's just something gratifying about it. You know what I mean? To go from this, and then to this. And to wake up every morning knowing you've created something extraordinary. And you don't have to give a damn what anybody thinks because they can't stop you. They can't stop you because you don't want to be stopped. If you don't stop yourself, can't nobody stop you. So y'all, that's our show for today. Karjakz Vs Assassins, New World Order. Why this? I always feel the need to talk about my characters, man, because, well, they're just so sick. That's why I feel the need to talk about them. So, you know, that's our show for today. But before we get up out of here, y'all, I always like to talk about all the cool, awesome stuff we got. And what we got today is pretty sick. Check this out, y'all. We now have our own phone flip cases. And that's right. Phone flip cases, y'all. Front, back. Check that out. This one's for iPhone Max, right? But you can get them in different phone sizes, whether it's Samsung or iPhone line. You know what I mean? And check this out, y'all. And it's even got cleaning instructions. Every time I ship one out to y'all, yeah, I autographed it. It was the first one ever made. Check that out. You put your phone right there. You know what I mean? Secure and sturdy. And then, of course, you got spots for your credit card. Maybe you even put business cards, right? And then guess what? You also got other pockets, too. You can put stuff in there. I mean, these phone cases, flip cases are sick as hell. Not to mention they look cool. And then to top it off, so it never opens on you whenever it wants to, you can put a string around it. I mean, look at this, y'all. Dude, it's so sick. This is what we do in the Sanusi Vision. We always come up with something cool. Sick, y'all. This is the new toy we got in our phone line right here. Phone cases. People, we love our phones. And I love my phone. So I need proper protection. I ain't playing. I got to have the best of the best. But if you ain't feeling the phone flip case, which is gonna be rare, we've got regular phone cases. You know what I mean? Strong, sturdy. You know what I mean? Got the inside shell. We don't play. Yeah, I autographed this one too because this is mine. Check that out. Look at that, y'all. Sick as hell. The art. We always doing the art. You know how we do. We go max out on the art. So we got phone flip cases and regular phone cases right here. You know what I mean? We got different for different ones too, whether it's iPhones or Samsung or even Google Pixel. That's what we do in that Sanusi Vision, man. Always making cool stuff. And then, more cool stuff. The bomber jacket. Right. Check this out. Waterproof. Oh yeah. It's sick. Waterproof, y'all. Sick as hell. You know what I mean? This is the gold label bomber jacket right here. We're shipping this out to a customer, but you know, I have to show it to y'all because I let you know what kind of steals we got right here, man. You know what I mean? This is what we're doing in Sanusi Vision. I mean, I sent the image of the bomber jacket to the customer and they were flipping out. They were like, damn! So y'all, that's our show for today. But before we get up out of here, I want to thank our sponsor. This Sanusi Vision podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting, growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadel for the ankle. Don't live with foot pain, let Anadel for the ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. And y'all, that's our show for today. So I want to thank you for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Agboke. And please go check out our website at sanusivision.com for all kinds of cool stuff. Flip phone cases, regular phone cases, bucket hats, bomber jackets, custom t-shirts, you know what I mean? Sweatpants, leggings for ladies, skirts for ladies. We got all kinds of cool summer wear right now. We got shorts about to come out with, you know what I mean? But we got all kinds of cool stuff. Shoot. Comic books, bio books, you know what I mean? All kinds of cool stuff. So, you know, check out our website, man. And please subscribe to our podcast on our YouTube channel. We are strictly on our YouTube channel now. I've stopped using a regular platform. To me, I want to be seen and heard. And there's no better platform to do that than to have it on YouTube. And but you always see our podcast on our Facebook page too. We always got, all the episodes are always there. And the viewership on there is insane. You know, the one thing I love about YouTube and Facebook, I feel like the subscribers or the followers on there are very loyal. They're not flip-flopping. They're not going to leave you. They more want to see what you're going to do. Whereas you've got TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter is just more of like a popularity contest. I could care less about that. I want organic following. I want organic individuals that actually want to follow artists versus looking for how popular I am. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when I have my purpose, everything else would grow alongside of that. So, you know, check that out, man. Subscribe to us. Give us a 5-star rating. Don't be a hater. Or say something nice. You know what I mean? And please check out our social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, all at Sanusi Vision. I'm going to stress it again. As an artist or as any kind of creator, you better have a social media following. It's not enough for you to just say, oh, I do this. These days, with these platforms, you can make a name for yourself. And I got to tell you, I used to be one of those guys that didn't think social media was doing nothing. Oh, it's doing plenty for me. Let me tell you, my brand has grown exponentially. Ain't no more. I don't have to go to comic expos anymore. I really don't need them. And where did I learn that? During the pandemic. What do I need to go to comic expo for when all that time went from 2020, really, to be honest with y'all, till 2022? I really wasn't feeling safe going anywhere in public. You know what I mean? And I used that time to grow my brand through social media. So now when I drop a video on my Facebook, on my YouTube, on all these other platforms, instant like that. Like that. People just flow to my website. Just like that with a push a button. I don't have to go throw no ads, pay nobody no ads, nothing. And it's free. And when you get big enough, they start paying you. So what's better than that? You know what I mean? So, yo, and like I said before, check out our social media platforms, man. It's on and popping there. So please, review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.